I think we need to talk about resin figures, also known as GKs, and we have here with us Power from Chainsaw Man. Weare A Design, the studio that made Power, that we will be featuring today. I know people who collect even the carton boxes. I don't usually keep them, and yup, there is a carton shipping box, most likely because these don't get packed into a bigger carton box. They just ship individually. If you're into resin collecting, resin figures are usually manufactured by studios in China. Like scale figures, there is an enormous amount of studios manufacturing GKs. I have a ton of pre-orders coming in, but we will take a look at Weare A Design Studio this week. And if you like a comparison to other studios, I have another video of Daki and Yutaro from Demon Slayer, and you might like to check that out too. Let's talk about the box art. These GK manufacturers usually wrap the figure with decent box art. If you're into collecting boxes, actually, it makes sense to keep these boxes for resale purposes. So the purpose of these GK videos is actually really to show how good these figures are. Daki from Princekin Studio was phenomenal, but I'm really curious to see how this holds out. Some studios actually give out pretty nice foam boxes, but we really got a basic stack of foam. Some give customized velcros. I wish I could get some of that, but we just get tape this time. So I'm really trying to poke at which is the separating layer, and I guess I found it. We got a single layered foam open. I guess they are always packed this way. At least they are trying to give us a surprise unraveling each of these crevices. Okay, the base is kind of heavy. I'm sure it's a really glorified paperweight. I actually like the blood effects, but they look really like strawberry jello. Power is written in Japanese, and at a glance, I really don't like how the stones are being painted. The brown seems too smooth and blended, and it really doesn't look like rocks. And I got a nice number 111. Oh, and for GKs, they usually say it's limited production, but I don't quite believe this because there is a limited quantity for China and there is another number for overseas production. Also, I don't like the red around the base, it just doesn't fit the Chainsaw Man theme. We have 3 chains that add to the decor. The cross actually feels as light as wood. I guess to add to the opacity, they actually splitted the cross and joined them with strawberry jello. And blood effect actually is dark red, like dried up blood. Feeling pretty excited about this. They also give us 3 different crosses. They look the same, but they are different. One thing about GKs is they are extremely brittle, so no matter how much they protect the figure, the chances of breakage is extremely high. Firstly, Power doesn't have a collar, and secondly, the face is extremely narrow. I'm not a fan of explicit shading, but this head has no shading whatsoever. It looks plain and it doesn't look like Power. The open mouth is nice, but the tongue just doesn't look good enough. The eyes look very 2D. I guess it's because of the decals and it's flat. But a good thing about the paint application is Power's hair has an abundant shade of pink. The only redeeming factor, but still doesn't save the lackluster head sculpt. We have a Power medallion. I guess they tried to make it look cute, but it doesn't quite cut it for me. I'm really not about trashing products, but the weapon here is also quite a disappointment. It looks like a random stick found in my hardware box. No texture, no hint that it looks actually like a miniature weapon, but Power's weapon is made of blood, right? So why is the head of the weapon so well made in translucent red while the stick is just a red random stick? So I don't know what to say. We are finally at a figure. This is a 1/6 figure. I collect 1/6, so this actually fits on my shelf. First disappointment, her shoes looks like its carving lines are not deep enough, and of course it looks kind of like Luminous the Power's shoes. Legs are too bland and the paint application is too shiny. I want to say that there is a generous amount of creases on the jacket, but the sudden dark shade on the jacket proved a little too awkward. The hand is nice though, and the tight shit on Power body really meant that the sculptor can sculpt. But the paint application just destroyed it. I think for the whole stage to be blooded, Power had too little blood on her body too. Well, so I did a little search. Power is 16 years old in the anime, but in this figure she really looks like an adult. Also, I get that they're trying to sexualize the figure a little, but the body resembles more of an older adult. To close this video, if you're fine with not looking at her straight in the face, she can look really good with different lighting conditions in your room. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. It could be at an 8 or 4 depending on your own judgment, but this one is an easy buy if you're a fan. Only if you're a fan. I've included some more footage of Power so you can judge for yourself, but Ami hasn't sent my Radio Eva Ray, so I said we'll do Evangelion, but we'll do it in the next video. And before I end, I would like to thank all of you for your continuous support. Even if you're new here, I try to cover different types of figures so we can make a better judgment with our money. And if you like my content, our team here appreciates the like and subscribe you have given to the channel. I'll see you again and stay safe, and I hope your figures turn out beautiful.